What's good, y'all? It's HB Punch and Profit. What a performance by Jaron Boots Ennis last night does not shock me whatsoever. I've been preaching about this guy way before his fight with Sergey Lipinets, telling people he was going to become a generational talent. Go look at the videos where I break down his highlights. That was way before this, so this is not some bandwagon thing, right? I'm glad a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon at this point and realizing how talented he is and how great he can be for boxing and entertaining. But, I've been new this. And I had him winning this fight anywhere from rounds 8 to 12 by TKO. He does me 2 rounds better, takes Stanionis out. He's unable to get off his stool after round 6. And good on Stanionis' trainer for protecting him because there was no reason for him to take any more of a beating because it would have been a very maybe career-ending beating if he continued to continue that fight. Plus, on top of that, Stanionis has a kid coming in, and I potentially think Stanionis can win a belt again. Once Boots leaves the division, I think he can win a belt again if he stays there. He's a game fighter, tough guy. It's just he ran into a generational talent. Nothing to be ashamed of with this loss. And like I said, he is a generational talent. Boots will go as far as he wants to go. It's all going to be about his mentality and his mindset. When he gets more notoriety, fame, and money, will he retain that hunger? And that's the big question. If he does, he's going to be a pound for pound great fighter. And I've been saying that way before this whole Jaron Boots and his hype train started. Okay, this guy is special, man. I'm telling you, special. This is a different type of animal we're seeing. And what I love about it and why I've been preaching for this guy to be in the spotlight is because he wants to put on a show. He wants to knock opponents out. Now, that which makes him very great is also a little bit of a flaw in him. As we see, he can get clipped, but to say he has bad defense because he gets clipped is a stupid statement. It's an ignorant statement. People who are saying Jaron Boots Ennis has bad defense, they don't fucking know boxing. Point blank, period. You do not know boxing if you're saying Jaron Boots Ennis has bad defense. Or maybe you just have a stupid interpretation of what good defense is in boxing. First of all, it's boxing. You're going to get hit. Second of all, let's kind of explain why he may get clipped a lot. Okay, or more so than he should. I shouldn't say he gets clipped a lot, but why he gets clipped for a fighter who's very talented. Okay, who has the talent he has and the defensive ability. One, he's a Philly boy. He likes to scrap. That's just going to be in his nature. That's going to come with Jaron Boots Ennis. He likes to throw down. He is a Philly boy. All right. Two, I think he has a lot of faith in his chin. And he does have an impressive chin. I've seen him get hit with shots that will probably put most guys out cold. Okay. He has a lot of faith in his chin. Now, do I think he should rely on that? Absolutely not. But why would you take that away from him when that's one of the things that makes him great? Because here's my last and final reason to why he gets clipped. He's a knockout artist. He understands sometimes you have to take a shot to give a better one. Okay, to give that devastating blow. He understands that you have to risk it to get the biscuit. He understands that in order to follow through with your shots and deliver maximum power, you have to set your feet and hang in that pocket a little longer than you would like to. And that's what a knockout artist does. They're willing to take a little bit more chance, okay, than the casual fighter. They're willing to set their feet and stand their ground so they can deliver that knockout shot. And Boots Ennis does that. That's why he has 30 KOs on his resume. Okay, because he likes taking that chance. So, as much as I think he does put too much faith in his chin, not that it's a bad chin, it's a great chin. It's a great chin. And I think it's going to hold up against any great, good fighter, right? But how many times do you want to put that chin out there? I don't know if you want to test that against Virgil Ortiz numerous times. I do have Jaron Boots Ennis beating Virgil Ortiz. I do. I absolutely do. I think he beats Virgil Ortiz. But I think if he keeps that chin out there too many times, Virgil has the ability to check that thing. How many times do you want Virgil checking your chin? How many times? If Boots embraces, I think as much as what I love about him is that he takes those risks. What I love about him is he wants to put on a show for fans. And that's why we got to admire him because he wants to put on a show and knock people out. But at the same time, when you go up, okay, in weight class, when you go up in the ranks, when you fight better opponents, you're going to have to rely on your boxing ability, skills, technique, and talent. Okay, not your talent, excuse me. Your technique and your skills. You're going to have to break your opponents down patiently. You saw it with Chudazian. Clearly, he was better than Chudazian. Everybody overreacted. Oh, he went 12 rounds with Chudazian. Chudazian's a Ukrainian boxer, Ukrainian pedigree, very skilled fighter, okay, very savvy, very slick, and he also went in there to survive. He did not come there to win. He went in there to survive. And sometimes it's hard to knock a guy out who's slick and they're trying to survive. It's hard. And he still dominated the fight. Knocked him down once, but he was forcing things, right? Instead of being patient and letting the knockout come like he did in this fight with Stanionis, he tried to force things. And that's the only fear I have drawn for Jaron Boots Ennis. I hope at some point he realizes you have to put the fans aside. You have to put putting on a show aside, and you have to rely on your technique and your skills. You have to break your opponent down. And you have to accept sometimes you're going to have to get that victory on the scorecards, 12 rounds. Because not every fight, especially as you're going up and you go up in weight, you're going to be able to knock them out. Break your opponents down like he did Stanionis. He did a great job. Now, granted, Stanionis is a come-forward fighter. Stylistically, this highlighted Jaron Boots' ability as opposed to Chudazian. On top of that, he was excited for this fight. I got a big name. I got a good opponent. He's undefeated. A lot of people think he's really good, right? He could get up for this fight. Okay, so saying that Jaron Boots Ennis has bad defense is just a stupid statement. It's really stupid. You know who has bad defense? Brandon Rios. Go watch Brandon Rios. No offense to Brandon Rios, with all due respect, but I don't see a guy who's slipping punches. I don't see a guy who's ducking. I just see a guy who's taking shots and accepting them and keeping a high guard and blocking as best as he can. And sometimes he'll even eat those shots, put a smile on his face. That's bad defense, okay? But yes, Jaron Boots Ennis is going to get clipped from time to time. He's going to get clipped from time to time because he likes going for that knockout and he has that Philly pedigree, okay? He likes to throw down. But that's what we should love about him. He's an entertainer. And he wants to become great. A lot of guys can take the Mayweather blueprint or the Shakur Stevenson who's trying to be the next Mayweather and put on these boring fights